All right, welcome. This is RBP. I'm joined by Lee, aka Malice. We come together to do some collaboration of sorts. We're going to talk somewhat about this pub stomp because it is officially sold out. Welcome, Lee. What's going on, my friend? Say hello to everybody.
Hi. What's going on? Questions? Ask me questions.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. So this is an Austindota2 podcast. First one that we've come together to do.
Because we've been talking about it for so long.
Yeah, and this has been something that we wanted to spend some time on. But unfortunately, life. I'm a father of 2 kids. I'm married. Yeah. I'm just caught up in just everything family-oriented. And gaming has been more of a hobby, but it's turning into more like a second job.
Practically.
So yeah. So while we are hoping to turn this into a big event for everybody else, in addition with the league, with Texas Esports, with Austin Dota2, with the Winter Rumble back when we first met, all of that has culminated into kind of this pub stomp that's coming up at the Alamo Draft House in the Village location there, kind of a north central location here in Austin.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna stop there. Maybe you want to dive in that initial email you said you had a contact at Alamo. Just walk us through that.
I used to actually be an employee at Alamo, and this was my idea way back in like April when I was working there, and I was like, I should probably just rent out one of the theaters and have like as many people show up as possible. So I decided to go forward with that, get as many contacts that had, the ability to make those decisions, and eventually I was like, you know what, I don't want to work here anymore. After a crazy night of crazy, I decided, so I stopped working there, and a couple months later, I realized that the international was still going to go on, and I needed to do something. I was either going to go to it, or I was going to throw a party or something.
Right.
And push came to shove, and I realized, wait a second. Yeah, like the Alamo Draft House has a theater. How much is it going to be to rent it? So I found out the numbers, and then through 40 email chains, just like tons of things going on, people asking me questions. We pulled the trigger on it. We actually started doing it. We put money on the table, started pushing it forward, and it's happening. And at first we were going to do the 95-seat venue. And then I realized that the profit margin wasn't going to be very large. It wasn't going to we were going to literally owe money on that one. So we decided to go with the larger venue, 118 seat, and we sold that one out. And I'm so glad we did the 118 because we sold that pretty fast. We have a week left until the event, and we sold out a week ahead of it. So that means next year we might end up needing. I mean, the wait list is 20 people. I don't know if you know this, but let's say 20 people don't show up, we have 20 phone numbers to call. And people want to come to this thing. So next year we're gonna have to either do 2 theaters or get a larger theater.
Right. And I find it unlikely that we're gonna have to make those calls. I mean, folks have bought their tickets, and unless there's a loss of limb, I don't imagine that they're not gonna be here for this. This is exciting, guys, because the pub stomps that are happening in the other surrounding areas, Houston, they are already up to 90 something RSVPs for their event. I know Dallas-Fort Worth, I think, is working on something, but it's going to be a little bit more low-key. And I know we have folks as far out as, those 2 locations that wanted to come to Austin for, whatever, because either they love us or love their family members. I think they love us a little bit more than their relatives, though, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I love me more than my relatives.
Because we're gamers, and their family may not be. But so... So to change the topic, so Alamo Draft House became a location for everybody. We were really excited about that. Thank you for opening the conversation with Alamo. We went there a couple times. We did the tech check, which is the fancy way of saying, is your shit together? Is your computer going to work? How are you going to stream this activity for the upcoming international? A lot of people weren't really like, Dota 2? What the fuck is that, dude? What the fuck? Dota 2, what's so important about this? How are you selling out the theater, 118 seats, for a fucking video game. How are you even coming close to doing that? But, you know, with the prize pool nearing 18 million, it's something that I think we may hit that mark. I don't know if these immortal chests that just popped are going to add to that prize pool.
They are.
But with the way that the numbers are looking for the prize pool, first place is going to walk away with over $7 million. There's no video game in history that has even come close to these numbers. And last year they had their record, right, with 10 million in the prize pool. They're almost doubling that just in this year. And with what's to come with this, with all the pub stomps that are happening around the world, I mean, there's a huge way for folks to kind of get involved, especially with organized Dota 2. Which is kind of something maybe we can talk about that a little bit later. But before we do that, we do have some items for the folks who are going to arrive. We're trying to acquire some T-shirts for everybody. If you're interested in getting those, we'll take a look at some of those. One of which is here with the Pudge, with the Austindota2 logo on it. White T-shirt, nice, cool little design. We've got a guy down in San Antonio who's doing the designs, helping us with the designs rather. We've got this Bloodseeker design here with the Austindota2 logo above. We tried to mess around with the logo and bringing it down underneath, but we think it sitting on top looked much better. And then just the generic Austindota2 logo, which you'll see the folks who are representing Austindota2 will be wearing these T-shirts. So look for us at the pub stomp. If you need help with anything, you need to get your wristbands. Come find us, and we'll go through kind of the process when you show up, what to expect, things like that. And last but not least, the Phantom Assassin tee, which here in the black and white. Again, we may not go with this one. Lee wasn't feeling this one too much, but if this is a T-shirt that you would like, it may be up on the Dios El Gato website where they helped us print these T-shirts. I mean, at least this was an idea that I threw out there. I don't know if Brady's going to go with it or not, but he may put this on his website, and what they do is print by demand. So you place the order, he prints it up, ships it to your house, you pay the cost, then you've got your T-shirt. You don't have to worry about us having to print out 5 or 6, or more of this T-shirt and have them ready at the event. We can just skip all that nonsense, and you can just order them online for yourself later. But we will have some T-shirts there, probably with the Bloodseeker and the Pudge, and then of course the Austindota2 T-shirts. And I also have a surprise guest that's coming. She is going to be offering by donation any back massages, things like that. She's bringing a chair in. She's going to be at the front of the theater. A good friend of mine, by donation. You want a back rub? We're gonna be there for a long time, guys. What I'm saying. So if you want to sit down, I hope so. I mean, we're in the biggest theater. She could set up right next to that organ that's down there. I don't know that there was a big piano or something down in front of the theater. I'm gonna see if it's okay if she can come in and just set up her massage chair. It's just, you've seen those massage chairs. You just sit in it and it has like a face rest or whatever. You just lean forward. Right, by donation, drop her like $5 or $10, and for 5 or 10 minutes, she'll fucking give you a nice little back massage. Her name is Caitlin. She's a good friend of mine, and I said that there may be a possibility that she can come do that. Because we should probably run that by the Alamo people. Yeah. I mean, let's see if they be up for that. And sometimes I just fucking ask for forgiveness after. Just let her walk in and fucking do the thing and just peace out for a little while. But I think the folks there would really appreciate it because they're going to be sitting for a while, And if for some reason that the International gets, it doesn't go the full 6 hours, we reserve that theater for 6 hours. So there is a, this is up to, the guests that are going to be there, how they want to do it. We could have somebody online, maybe a local pro that we can connect with to do like a 1v1 mini tournament there for the last hour or two. Let's say the International is over in 3 hours. It's a stomp. EG beats Cloud9, just fucking mops the floor with them 3-0. Don't hold me to that. I'm not saying that's a prediction or anything, but just as an example,
it's not gonna happen.
they, EG just does an amazing job, or whoever your favorite team is, or Secret fucking beats the hell out of EG. And we're sitting there for 3 hours, and we're like, we've got this theater for another 3 hours. So we've got a PC sitting up at the front. We can have, we do, tape a ticket underneath somebody's seat, and like, hey, look under your seat. If there's a ticket there, you're in a queue to come play up here on the big screen, and this theater gets to watch you make an absolute fool of yourself in a 1v1 mid showdown or something like that. Or maybe Lee wants to set up his laptop and play sitting right next to whoever's up there. So we've got options to use up that time, but I think we really should use all of the time that we get. Yeah, you mean C9 are going to clean sweep this? Okay, I see we got a C9 fan. They're Noodle wanting C9 to take the TI championship. So anyway, back to so people are going to show up to Alamo. They're probably going to get there a little early, probably 11:30, and roll in. We're going to try to be there a couple hours early. I don't know how early you guys can get in there. Maybe Lee, maybe you might be able to answer that question. How early can they show up?
As of from what I can understand, they're not gonna. As soon as the movie before it is let out, depending on how many people are in there, we'll be able to leave. We'll be able to get in there
like a half hour.
So yeah, I'll probably show up around 10, so I can see exactly what's going on.
Right.
10 or 11.
Right.
And then as soon as I get the green light, I'll put a post up on Facebook.
Okay. Nice. Great.
Yeah. It's an event page, so I'll just post an event at like hey, doors are open as of right now. We're gonna start giving wristbands out, so bring your cell phone, or just have your name, and then when you have your name, I have wristbands so that we know who's actually already in the event, so we don't have people just show up. Because we're gonna have a lot of people just show up and act like, oh yeah, I'm totally at the event and I paid my ticket. I'm like, well, you don't have a wristband already. And the moment we hit capacity, we hit capacity.
Right. Right. That's unfortunate. I'd hate to have to turn people away. I really don't want to do that. But, that's fire code. We got to follow OSHA standards, things like that. That just becomes a safety issue. And we want a good relationship with Alamo Drafthouse so we can do this again next year and maybe rent out the whole fucking theater. Like, I really think if we do this correctly, we may have a whole Alamo Drafthouse all to ourselves, which would be pretty wild.
That's a lot of money, man.
It is. That's a lot of money. It really is. It really is. That's how much we love these Dota 2 fans. We really do. So they get there. They check in, get your wristband, go ahead and sit down. The event may fire it off and get ready to go. Order your drinks, order your food. Enjoy everything that there is to offer about Alamo. There is a small window in between the matches where we'll open the floor for questions, mics, any events that might be happening within the community that are gaming specific, like gaming related. We may be approached by folks who at the last minute want to do sponsorship of some kind. We're open to that as well. Contact Lee, that guy next to me, or myself, if you see this and you're interested in sponsoring our activity. There's also the upcoming the next season for Austin Dota 2 for the league to get fired back up again. Right now, I'm waiting on 2 teams. Team No Gaming is waiting in the finals. They are a team that has been doing phenomenal over this past season. And Virgin Boys, unfortunately, had to step out due to personal reasons. They unfortunately couldn't hang out with us to do the semifinals. So Cashwag and Moment of Silence will be taking up that semifinals spot, and those two will be playing for the finals. So what we're saying here is that there's an opportunity here for them to be able to play and have their final match and have it put there in the pub stomp. If, let's say, the pub stomp ends early and we've got time left over, that's another thing that we can do to fill up that slot. Have this final match between these 2 teams. They've and the prizes for them are just in-game prizes. I've got some immortals and some other stuff kind of sitting in my inventory that I haven't opened up that I want to give away as prizes to the winning team. And then once that's over, we're going to open up registration again. Hopefully we'll get the Austin Dota 2 website up at that point. because we don't have one, and I know that's something that we've been wanting to do. We've been using the Texas Esports website for the time being, since all the other communities, the other Dota 2 communities, can kind of use that as a hub to be able to get the word out on any organized Dota 2 that you're working on. So that's something that you can look forward to in the future. Lee, did you have any things that you wanted to add to that?
About the pub stomp?
Yeah, the pub stomp or into the league stuff once we close out, this season that I'm working on right now. We do have some commentators, some guest commentators for the upcoming final matches for this season, which is one of which was Alexa Fleur. I don't know if you guys know her. She expressed some interest. She just needed like a week notification, and she'd be interested. She plays Dota 2 from Germany. She's on she's on Team something Cat or other. I'm butchering it. She's probably gonna get pissed at me for forgetting, but she's networked with a bunch of Twitch personalities, and I want to bring up some of the other ones. I know Noodle will be able to shoot off on the top of his head. Yeah. But anyway, so back to the pub stomp. Lee, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to having everybody there. I'm looking forward to like watching this entire thing that we've been working. Oh, holy shit, we've been working on for the past like 2-3 months. Actually happen. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm curious about what we're gonna end up having occur at the event. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right, so this is getting down to the closing part of this podcast. We don't want to make it too long. It's hard for folks to be able to sit through anything longer than 3 minutes nowadays, it seems. No, and that's no fault of yours. I get it. A lot of this shit just gets fucking like dull or whatever. But we want to try to not do that. The Pub Stomp's going to be a really great place for you guys to meet the rest of the other Dota 2 personalities or the other Dota 2 gamers from within the Austin or greater, Texas area. We do have folks coming in from out of town. We want to bring them in. We want you guys to meet, sit down, have some drinks. It's going to be a fucking wild night. I might have to go to work after that. Just saying.
You have to go to work after the event?
Yeah, I think so. I've got an employee that is taking the day off, and I think I'm going to have to cover for him.
Whew.
So, while that's going to be interesting, this guy might not be having drinks that night. Like, what? That's blasphemy. You're not going to share pints.
Like, cover for you.
You're not going to share in the pint drinking, sir.
No, you need to. You have to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. So wait, what have you been mistaken for Iron Man? Oh, who's this guy? Which Iron Man did you watch? This person on the left looks like Tony Stark from Iron Man. Oh, is it this? Is it the goatee thing? That's the only thing I got going for me right now. When I shave it off, I look more or less like
a child.
Something from Huckleberry Finn. Just looks sad and poor. So there are some personalities that have shown interest in doing casting opportunities with me. I guess I could show it now since this is kind of a good opportunity to do it. This is a preview or a highlight rather from a past match. It's kind of one of the better ones that I could find from all the commentary that I did. And I'll go ahead and pull it up for you guys so you guys can see it. Scroll down a little bit. Virgin Boys versus the Soviet reunion.
Oh, that was a good match.
So let's restart this. yeah, we can see chat. Can't
we see chat?
But I'm not going to count them out. The Soviet reunion still got plenty of fight left in them.
Oh my god.
Jose leading the pack, but the ball lighting moving in. He's going to catch Jose, and he's also going to blink deeper. They're going to change targets and focus down Koa. He's got no protection, and he's going to go down the black hole, catching out to 4 of them, and he's going to put the freezing field out coming from Polarity, and that's 4. The Soviets can't deal with so much damage coming from the Virgin Boys. Jose on the Resurrection coming up by himself. Axe, last one to live. He's not even in the fight to be able to... Oh, I'm so sorry. The microphone may have spiked out a little bit on that one. Well, that's all right. I might have to drop that from the final cut for this podcast. Meanwhile, so I want to wrap up this. Thanks so much for this recording. For the sake of this recording, we can stop it here, but we can continue here on Twitch. Thanks everybody up to this point for all of the attention you've kind of been giving Austin Dota 2 with the pub stomp and all of the work that's kind of gone around with the Dota 2 League in general within the Central Texas area. You know, when you think of Texas, at least from my friends who live up in New York, they think of fucking like they think of like fucking what are the tumbleweeds and cowboy boots and some hats and fucking some gun holsters. They think everybody's walking around with fucking guns at their waistband. And I'm like, dude, Austin, Texas is not like that at all. Like, not at all. The weather is fucking beautiful most of the time. Like, this is the only month where it's actually anywhere as close to 100 degrees for this year anyway. Last year, it was hot as balls. But they really have a real mild, not they, but Texas, rather, has a pretty good area. But, yeah, outside of Austin, Austin is not Texas. Just an FYI. Austin is not Texas. You know, if you're from Texas and you're offended, go fuck yourself. It's like, dude, I've met a lot of really cool people in Austin, and you leave Austin and you're going to meet a bunch of, you know, gun-toting, like, you know, just ready to shoot, you know, at the, you know, at any wrongdoing. You know, you see something weird, they just pull their weapon out and they just bang. Oh, wasn't sure what that was. I just need to make sure it's not coming after me. But here in Austin, you don't see any of that. Everyone's cool, laid back. They're not worried about any of the other BS you see in the media. But I probably maybe lost some friends there, unfortunately. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends who are just like, they will wear that flag to the death. That are like just flag bearing in general is not my thing. So anyway, now that we've made this officially awkward.
Oh yeah, I totally zoned out for a second there. Sorry.
Oh no, by all means, you can zone out, my friend. This is the place to do it. So we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're in Twitch right now, don't go anywhere. We're not fucking signing off. What I'm doing is just closing out this.
Oh yeah, we totally do have Rooster Teeth. Sorry, Noodle Dude. Yes.
Oh yeah, Rooster Teeth's here. Yeah.
Yeah, Rooster. You can end the whatchamacallit, the recording.
Yeah. So here, let me play some music. The pub stomp sold out, baby. It's sold out. Starts at 12.
We did it.
Goes from 12 to 6. Be there at 12, guys. We look forward to seeing you all there. And we are out. Say goodbye, Lee.
Bye.
Tell everybody. Say bye. Yo, bye.